The following presentation is non-profit and is intended for entertainment purposes only. All events within this presentation are non-canon. Batman and all related characters are the property of DC Comics, Warner Brothers, and their respective owners. Hilarious Matrimony, a Batman fanfiction, written and read by Robert Canner. Chapter 2, New York City, present day. Dick Grayson, Nightwing, sped through the streets of New York City on his motorcycle. He had gone up against some of the worst beings the universe had to offer, ranging from the Joker to Trigon. But none of that scared him as much as what he was about to do. Don't be a coward, he told himself. Just pretend it's another night at Haley's Circus and you're jumping without the safety of a net. Dick hadn't told Bruce about his plan. The old man didn't have any experience with this sort of thing, and Dick certainly didn't need his permission. There was a time when he idolized Bruce. But being Batman wasn't the most important thing in Bruce's life. It was his life. Dick realized that he wanted more out of life than spending every night fighting crooks and psychopaths. Hopefully, he would have more to look forward to after tonight. What would my dad tell me in this situation? Dick's parents had been killed when he was 8 years old. Now it seemed like another lifetime ago. He fruitlessly tried to imagine how they would react if they were alive now and he told them what he was about to do. His train of thought was interrupted by the sound of shattering glass. He turned and saw a dozen men jumping in through the window of a jewelry store. It never stops. Given that they had shattered the window of the store, these obviously weren't professional thieves. When Nightwing got close enough, he saw that they were all wearing rat masks. He got their attention with his bike's headlights and jumped in through the window. "Okay, what's your gimmick?" he asked. Instead of just pulling out their weapons and attacking, the leader of the group got up on top of one of the counters and struck a pose. "We're the pack rats, and all your valuables are belong to us." Terrible choreography and video game references. "I'm petrified," replied Nightwing. "Look, Chuck, you and your friends are obviously new at this. I'm willing to take it easy on you if you put the loot back and never even think of doing this again." "I don't know about you guys, but I'm in the mood for hot wings." The biggest crook charged Nightwing like a rhinoceros on crystal meth. Nightwing dodged him effortlessly and sent him crashing into the wall. "Really? That's the best you could come up with?" All the other crooks started to attack. "Line 'em up and knock 'em down." Nightwing had somewhere else to be, so he wasted no time dispatching the thugs with his Eskrima sticks. He thought he had knocked them all out when one from the front of the shop got back up and pulled a gun on him. "Look, buddy, why don't you put the gun down and I'll hook you up with some Beto Storico." Nightwing guessed correctly that the man pointing a gun at him had no idea that Beto Storico was an expensive kind of cheese. "Say goodnight, pretty boy." A green bolt of energy whizzed past the thug's head and caused him to drop the gun.
"Good night, pretty boy,"
said Starfire, smiling. The thug was mesmerized by Princess Coriander of Tamaran, better known to the world as Starfire, and Nightwing didn't blame him. Her fiery red hair danced like a snake in the air, and the way she moved her hips when she walked could make a blind man blush. The distraction enabled him to knock the thug out with one of his wingdings.
"You're getting sloppy."
"I've gone toe-to-toe with Deathstroke multiple times," said Nightwing, smiling. "Did you think I couldn't handle one of Pikachu's less appealing cousins with a gun?"
I do not know what the Pikachu is,
replied Corey. After leaving the pack rats for the police, Dick and Corey made their way to Liberty Island. No doubt, Corey was wondering why Dick had called her here in the wee hours of the morning, but he assured her it was going to be worth it. They stood atop Lady Liberty's head and waited. Dick had been orphaned when he was 8 years old. After that, Bruce Wayne took him in and trained him to be Robin. Together they had brought his parents' killer to justice, and continued to fight crime in Gotham City side by side for years after. Corey had been a princess of the planet Tamaran, but her people were betrayed and then conquered by their enemies, the Citadel. As a result, Corey had been forced into exile and slavery. It was only after escaping from her captors that she found her way to Earth and to Dick. Spending night after night dealing with the scum of Gotham is nothing compared to what she's gone through. And yet she still manages to smile. It was hard for Dick to concentrate on the sun as it crept over the horizon, bathing the sky in a pink and orange glow.
It's quite beautiful,
said Corey. Yeah, but how often do we stop to appreciate it?
I'm sorry?
I've been all around the world more than once, said Dick. Heck, I've even been to space a few times, but I've never really had time to enjoy the scenery. I'm always too busy fighting psychopaths and supervillains. Dick took Corey by the hand. It was warm. Her green eyes were brighter than the sun. How many times could we have died over the years and not gotten a chance to enjoy all the wonderful things in life? It's like Ferris Bueller said on his day off. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
I do not know this Bueller person, but I think he makes a good point,
replied Corey. None of us are getting any younger. I want more out of life than just this endless cycle of tragedy and violence. I want to enjoy life while I'm still young, and there's one person in the universe that I really want to enjoy it with. Dick somehow found the courage to get down on his knees and produce the ring. It wasn't a ring fit for a princess, but it was the best he could do on his budget. A part of him regretted not asking Bruce for a loan. Princess Coriander, I promise to love you for as long as there are stars in the sky. Will you marry me? The next thing Dick knew, Corey was sweeping him up in her arms, and within a few seconds they were soaring halfway to the stratosphere.
Oh, Richard, of course I will!
Great! Now can you stop trying to break me in half? As they descended back to Earth, the young couple knew that no matter what life threw at them next, they would face it. Not as two individuals marked by tragedy, but as a team bound by love. Their past had shaped them, but it was their love for each other that would define their future. To be continued. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, then like this video. Subscribe for more updates, and if you really want to help this channel out, click the links in the description below and buy my books.